Hello, and welcome to Raider Arena. My name is Devin Stevenson, and I'm president of Northwest Florida State College. We are proud to host the 2020 Men's and Women's NJCAA District 8 State Basketball Championships. Northwest Florida State College, along with Okaloosa and Walton counties, are thrilled that you are visiting our community and hope that you have an opportunity to experience all that we have to offer on the Emerald Coast. The student athletes participating in these championships exemplify the spirit of sportsmanship and commitment to excellence. We applaud their dedication and determination on the court and in the classroom. Enjoy the games and our beautiful Emerald Coast.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. The road to Lubbock begins right now. We have got 4 games of action coming your way today. Yesterday, we brought you the first 4 games, opening round of the District 8 men's tournament. Today, it's the women. I'm Jake Mitchell, joined by Mike Rideout as we get ready for a tremendous day of basketball. We had an awesome one yesterday. It's going to be tough to top 3 fantastic games, including a huge upset. And Mike, I've got a feeling that the women today are going to give us some great basketball as well.
We've got one more nationally ranked team playing today than we had yesterday, but you're right. Yesterday we had the #1 team in the country go down as Gulf Coast upset Florida Southwestern State College 75-68. College of Central Florida, which is ranked 18th nationally, went to overtime, but they were able to beat Broward in overtime by the final score of 106-103. Tallahassee had to rally from a 13-point second-half deficit. They were able to win against State College of Florida and advance. And, of course, Eastern Florida State College advanced as well. Most of our games were single digits. Our last game was a 12-point game, so they were all competitive. We're expecting the same thing here on the women's side. Santa Fe College, they feel they are not ranked, but they feel like they've got a good chance of winning this tournament. They come in with a 10-game winning streak. Miami-Dade, they've got a longtime coach who's had a lot of success. Florida Southwestern and Gulf Coast will play next. That's a matchup of 2 of the top 12 teams in the country. And then you got another matchup of nationally ranked teams with Northwest Florida State College and Eastern Florida State College to follow, followed by Palm Beach and the College of Central Florida. So Gulf Coast Commodores, the defending national champs. So yeah, great day of basketball ahead here on the women's side.
Absolutely, and did not get a home court environment yesterday because the Raiders did not make the postseason. We'll get one today, 6 p.m. It'll be the Northwest Florida State Raiders taking on Eastern Florida. So that environment is probably going to be crazy. If you have a chance, you should absolutely make it out for that one. But if you can't, you'll be joining us here on Emerald Coast TV as we get underway and start paving the road to Lubbock. No good on that opening opportunity. Gets it to go, so the opening baskets here for Santa Fe as they take an early lead today.
And that was Alicia Curie, who was the Mid-Florida Conference Player of the Year. She's averaging 17 points per game.
No good there, and it's picked up by Alicia Curie on the board.
And one thing about the board, rebounding. That's something that Santa Fe College does extremely well. They are second in the country with 51 rebounds. But Jake,
how about that? Zoe Alexander with the deep 3 from the corner to open the scoring in this one. Now 5-0, an early lead for Santa Fe.
Yeah, and second in the nation, Santa Fe College in offense, second in the nation in rebounds per game at 51. They are first in the country, though, in offensive rebounds at 23.4. They also are 5th in the country with 15.9 steals per game. It's a team that doesn't shoot that well, but they play hard, and that overcomes some of their shooting deficiency. They are only shooting 37.6%, but Alexander, the freshman, draining that 3 there to give them an early 5-0 lead.
So a quick start in this one, not even a minute gone, and a quick timeout.
I mentioned the longevity of the Miami-Dade coach, Susan Summons, 34 years at the helm, her 25th trip to the state tournament, 38 years in JUCO basketball, recently 600 career wins. She got that against Daytona, among the top winningest active coaches in America. And even Coach Stebbins, Shana Stebbins at Santa Fe College, Shanda's had a great career too. She is in her 18th season as the head coach. She was named Mid-Florida Coach of the Year for the 6th time, and under her leadership, the Saints have qualified for state tournament play 12 times. They've reached the semifinal game 4 times, but she told me that this is the most improved team that she's ever coached. Most people compliment them on how hard they play.
Working inside, great defense by the Saints there, and they'll look to counter the Miami-Dade backcourt early on. Alice Markovo and along with Leah Brown. Early turnover there though, and 5-0 still the margin in the early goings of this one.
Yeah, number 12 in the dark uniform, that's her chasing the ball down. She is going to be the key if Miami-Dade wants to advance. 5'9" combo guard, the only senior that has been leading a group of talented freshmen. 2-time Southern Conference Player of the Year, 26.3 points, 8.9 rebounds, 7.1 assists. And she had a big triple-double, her 5th of the year, to help lead Miami-Dade College in a huge conference win to get here. 31 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists against Indian River Community College.
Stolen away there by Alicia Curie, so she's putting her mark on this one early. A drive there, but nothing doing. That was Chardell Jones tried to take it inside, but it'll be Miami-Dade basketball. Santa Fe in the white with the blue trim, Miami-Dade in the black with the blue trim. This early matchup here, round 1 of the District 8 women's basketball tournament. Markova from the outside, short, gathered by Curry.
Miami-Dade not to be outdone, though. I mentioned that Santa Fe College, 2nd in the country, averaging 51 rebounds per game, but Miami-Dade College averages 49.4. And both these teams very similar in points per game. Miami-Dade averages 80 points a game, just a fraction above Santa Fe College, which averages 79.8.
Inbound, it'll be Leah Brown. She's doubled now by 2 Sharks. Gets it out. Gathered in by Amari Young. Pulling up is Brown, and Brown nails it from the top of the key. Gathered in by
She had
Amari
over
Young.
50
Pulling up is Brown, and Brown nails it from the top of the key.
She is committed to Division I powerhouse Liberty.
Working inside, can't get it to go is Jones. Curry tried to put it back, and she's fouled, so she'll go to the line.
Curry does struggle from the free throw line, 44.7% on the year. As a team, Santa Fe shoots 51.8. That foul was called on Alice Markova. That's her first, team first.
That is Alicia Curie at the line. Chance to extend their early lead.
Not only does she lead this team in scoring, but she also averages 11 rebounds per game. That is tied for 15th in the country.
Brown with it. She's guarded by Alexander. Off the screen, Brown working on the left wing. She'll pass cross court. Now up to Markovo, but it's tipped away and finally gathered by Young. Almost got, there it is, and she stepped out right down the line, and we had a good look at it from our position, and she definitely stepped out there.
That was just a good example of how active Santa Fe College is. Nicholson had her back to the basketball, but she put her hand in the air and got the deflection. Well, nice job there by Nicholson. That's going to be a charge on Brown. That's her first, team second. And I think that's the game plan. Try and maybe double team Brown and have someone else beat you today, Jake.
Seems to be the approach early on. A nice start for the Saints. Chardell Jones with it, gives to Curry. Curry can't get it to go after it rims out, but Jones fighting for the rebound, not able to grab it.
Actually,
Will be Saint basketball, though.
yeah, it'll be Saints basketball. I thought that it went off of her, but apparently was last touched by the Sharks. Miami-Dade 19-11. They went 7-5 in the Suncoast Conference.
Oh, a nice backdoor cut there, a hard foul, but Jones will go to the line, and she just gave a quick jab step on Larissa Brew and then beat her back to the basket.
You know, when I was growing up, people would often tell me, if you're going to foul someone, make it count. She made it count right there.
Well, many of us that are in the broadcasting profession are former basketball players that just weren't quite good enough to get it done.
That's what we're broadcasting.
That
yeah.
was always the policy for me. It was always, Jake, maybe hit a shot or two, but mainly we need you to go out there. You're a football player first. Go out there and just foul a couple guys. So
right.
It's making the fouls count is certainly a big part of the sport. It's going to be a Brew that'll inbound. She getting her first action here in the early going. Stolen away again. It's Jones that is fouled, and Jones will go to the line. So a great play from Nicholson, another aware play, and sets up the foul that'll send Jones to the line.
This is on Anijah Payne. So 4 of the 5 starters for Miami-Dade has each picked up a foul.
And a Brew quickly back to the bench.
Jones, a 46.2% free throw shooter. She's now 2 of 3. Averages 10.1 a game. She's a sophomore.
And it was a couple of plays there back-to-back as ball goes out of bounds where a Brew got beat right after coming in. You wonder if the strategy for Susan Summons is, all right, maybe there's some nerves there. We'll get you out there, bring you back to the bench, and see if we can't get things going. Because early on there were a couple plays there where a Brew got beat. Curry there, Alicia Curie, gets it in. So an 11-3 lead early on for the Sharks, or the Saints.
And there's the challenge right there for the Sharks, the inside game of Curry. She eats up a lot of space inside. It's going to be a hand check foul. The first on Chardell Jones. Santa Fe College, 19-10 this year, 8-1 in the Mid-Florida Conference. Your champions for the Mid-Florida Conference. They've won 10 in a row.
6 foul shots for the Saints so far, none yet for Miami-Dade. So tough goings early on, but we'll see if Leah Brown can spark things. She's fouled there.
Well, they're going to get it Jones for the personal, so she's going to have to check out with those 2 fouls. Therein lies the problem if you do try to double team Brown. Got to be careful.
Lauren Carmona checks in, taking that spot. Ball stolen once again by the Saints. This time, Zoe Alexander driving, kicks outside. Nicholson long on that shot. Curry there to grab the rebound, and Nicholson will get another shot. Wide left was that one. See if the Sharks can counter. Strong on that shot, weak on that shot, and Brown finally whistled there. So one attempt, too much mustard on it. One other attempt, not quite enough, and then the Sharks go to the line.
Brown also does a good job of crashing the glass. She averages 8.9 boards per game. 4.3 on the offensive end.
Rodriguez takes a seat for the Saints.
Yeah, she's the one that picked up the personal.
Ogle checks in along with number 3, Tanaya Bowers. Bogle will bring it up the court. 11-4 lead early on for the Saints.
Good
Alicia
ball
Curie. And a nice lay-in there, Rosalie Nicholson.
Well, Miami-Dade was making it tough defensively, but it was good ball movement by the Saints to get that high percentage shot underneath.
No good, but the putback there is good for Zaya Morrow.
Morrow, number 3 in the state, 14.5 points a game.
Nicholson works inside, now kicks back to the outside. 15-14 now on the shot clock. Stolen by the Sharks. Brown, the floater, a little strong and not able to get the friendly roll. Ball out of bounds, it'll go back to the Saints.
Miami-Dade playing in a 2-3 zone. Santa Fe College can loosen up that zone if they can hit some outside shots. Again, it's not a great shooting team at 37.6%, but they overcome that with how hard they play, and we saw how good a ball movement they've had here early as well.
Alicia Curie taking a seat. If you're the Sharks, this is the moment where try to cut into this early deficit with best player on the opposing team taking a seat. We'll see if the Saints can keep it up here. Bogle pulls up. Bogle no good.
It's a good look, though.
Out of bounds off of, looked like it went off of Miami-Dade, so a nice play there by the Saints, and a heady play retains possession. Wild pass went over into press row on the other side. Our buddies over there, PA announcer Jeff McDonald and company. Left corner, short, gathered by Miami-Dade. That was Noah Gardner on the rebound.
Jake, is it just me, does it seem like we should have more than 4 minutes to play in the first half?
The pace in a lot of these games that we've had in the last couple days has been really quick. I think one of the things you have to point out there is officials facilitating a very, very pleasant pace of basketball all day yesterday and again in the early goings today. And when you're here for a tournament all day, you always appreciate the efficient pace.
Lauren Carmona picks up the personal. That's her first team fourth. We've got just 8 total fouls. That helps.
Nicholson taking a seat, by the way. Alicia Curie back in, so strategy for Santa Fe seems to be always have either Nicholson or Curry on the floor. Double teamed is Brown. Driving, kicks inside, gets it to go there on the basket. That's Nazla Morrow.
But a nice job driving in by Gardner, and then with a dish for the assist.
Curry looks inside. It was a nice thought, but just a little strong, and a turnover for the Saints.
Morrow with 6 points to lead the Sharks. She's getting some Division I attention, all-conference selection. Right now, the Saints extending that defense all the way up to midcourt. So far, they've kept Brown out of it offensively.
Screen from Markovo. She'll pull up now, pick and pop, and she nails it.
First points of the game for Alice Markova.
If the Sharks can get the pick and pop game going, especially off of Brown, that's going to be their way back into this one. But the ball stolen away by the Saints, so takes all the way, no good though. Bowers working with it. She kicks over to Bogle. Bogle inside to Curry, now kicks back outside. That's Rodriguez driving baseline now up to Bogle and rolls around and in. So Denasia Bogle with the 2 to give the Saints the lead.
Around and down for the sophomore. Her first 2 of the game. That's the 5th different player to score for Santa Fe College here in the opening half.
Left wing, just off on that one, but a nice put back there, and the Sharks tie this one back up. That was Anijah Payne.
Anijah Payne getting her first points of the game. Freshman guard, number 4 in the state in rebounding, at 9.5 a game. All-conference selection, also receiving Division I attention.
Checking in for the Saints is number 10, Zoe Alexander. She'll take the spot of Denasia Bogle. stolen away by the Sharks. Outside, no good. Gathered in by Brown. And Brown puts it back, and she's got a chance for the old school three-point play.
Yeah, she just wanted it more. She was able to rebound that amongst two Saints players and then just kind of muscled her way up and in. She's got 6 first-half points. Again, she averages 26 a game.
Converts on that to complete the three-point play. Checking back in for the Saints is Nicholson. Dade Rodriguez taking a seat.
Yeah, that's her second foul, so they'll keep her out for the rest of this first half.
Nicholson crossing half court, looks inside Curry, and another nice thought for the Saints that is just a little too strong inside. And as well as they're playing, the one bugaboo for them has been turnovers. It's why Miami-Dade's been able to retake the lead in this one.
Saints do average 17.9 turnovers per game. That's their 8th of the first half.
Alexander kicks over. Now long on that one. And fighting for it is.
Yeah, they're going to call a jump ball.
Looked like Alicia Curie and Anijah Payne on that.
I think that was the right call. I mean, there was contact, a little bit of contact, but I like the call. I thought the officials did a really nice job yesterday on the men's side.
Another turnover for the Saints, but a travel call there. So Danella Gardner with the mistake, and Susan Summons on the sideline giving her some words of coaching. We'll see if the Saints can get something here late in the quarter.
That's a 6th turnover for Miami-Dade. Santa Fe with 9 turnovers. Both teams shooting under 37%.
Rothrock pulls up from mid-range. She's long, gathered by Curry. 15 on the shot clock. Rothrock from the free throw line, can't bank it in. And it's picked up by Gardner. An empty possession for the Saints. 25 left in this first quarter. Gardner with it now. She's doubled by Curry and Alexander. Lost it there. Back inside to Gardner now. Gardner pulls up from just inside the free throw line, and she can't get it to go, so Saints will likely hold for this final shot or just take it to the basket. Strong on the layup, but a foul call. So with 2.6 remaining in this quarter, looks like the Saints will go to the line.
That will be a second personal on Anijah Payne. Tanaya Bowers helped lead Trenton to the Class 1A state championship last year. Freshman. Really struggles though, 23.8% from the foul line.
No good on that one, gathered by Markovo, so that likely ends the quarter. It does. 18-15, a 3-point margin for Miami-Dade, and within that quarter, you could call it a tale of two halves. Miami-Dade was trailing big early. Santa Fe jumped out to a big margin and then turned around quickly for the Sharks, and now the Sharks go into the second quarter with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, second quarter. So, you know, my thinking was, forgot about the quarters for women's basketball versus halves for men's basketball.
We spent 8 hours doing men's basketball yesterday. That's one that
Yeah.
slides for sure.
Right.
Welcoming you into Raider Arena, Niceville, Florida, and this is a place that we've already gotten very familiar with, and we were here all day yesterday for the first round of men's action. Today, the first round of women's action. It's the road to Lubbock today, and the first bricks on that road being paved. 3-point lead for Miami-Dade. Again, thank you for joining us here on Emerald Coast TV. I'm Jake Mitchell. He's Mike Rideout, and you can get us several different ways here at Emerald Coast TV, the YouTube page, the Facebook page, the website, obviously, emeraldcoasttv.com, and then you can also get us on your Roku and Amazon Fire TV apps as well. So a lot of ways to find us in a lot of ways to follow this fantastic tournament. We have not had a bad game yet, really.
Looking at some of the numbers from the first quarter, Miami-Dade outscored Santa Fe College 9-4 in points off of turnovers, 3 assists, 9 turnovers for the Saints, compared to 4 and 6 for Miami-Dade College.
Brown bringing it up for the Sharks. Markovo from deep. Markova nails it.
So that's her second 3.
And once again, they collapse on Brown, and she kicks out to an open Markova and nails the 3. Nicholson driving baseline. Wild pass, but it's gathered by Bowers. Kicks down to Alexander. Stolen once again. That was 32, Anijah Payne with the steal. Once again, they double Brown, and once again, there is an open Shark. Not able to nail that 3, but if you get that many open shots over the course of the game, eventually you got to imagine they're going to pay off. So we'll see what the strategy is defensively, especially if some of these Shark shooters start to heat up. Brown gets on the floor, so leading this team in several ways. The effort play there as they pull in yet another turnover.
Miami-Dade averages 6.3 threes a game, but they do struggle. 17% on the year from behind the arc.
Driving all the way, can't get it to go. That was Young. Markovo from deep, not able to get that one to go either. You're the Sharks, though. I think you like that open Markova 3 at the top of the key. She's nailed one. She nailed one from the wing.
Yeah, Markova only averages 1.2 a game, so she's already over her average. Really good rebounder, though. And 10th in the country in block shots.
The things, as the Santa Fe Saints steal it once again, one of the things you love about March, as we'll see what happens on this possession first, it's almost a turnover. It will be tied up in a jump ball, but I think one of the things you love so much about March is we had 3 or 4 instances of this yesterday, but it's the player who doesn't do a ton during the season, you know, in certain facets of the game that come March steps up and comes through for their team. It's been really exciting to watch. Yesterday we had Bryce Beamer from the College of Central Florida who blew up and hit several threes out of nowhere.
Yeah, in fact, he hit 6. He's only averaging 7.7 points per game, not threes, points per game.
Oh, how about the cut from Nicholson right there to get to the basket?
Nice shot. That's her 4th point.
Now, that Beamer performance yesterday was a ton of fun to watch. A banked 3 there. That's Tania Bowers. Or excuse me, that was Amari Young. Yeah. Flipped the rosters in front of me here.
First points of the game for Young. She's number 6 in the state, shooting the 3, 40% on the year. She's also receiving Division I attention.
Curry from the elbow. Nice elbow jumper from Alicia Curie.
Curry has 11 double-doubles this year. She's got 8 points.
Miscommunication there. Brown turned it over. Not able to get the first one to go here, or the second one. Gathered by Curry now. Curry. Rebound by Markova. So an empty possession. A nice look down court. She'll pull up. She'll be short from 3. That was Amari Young.
And then Nicholson reached in there and tied her up. Young, a freshman, averaging 11 points a game. She's got 6 here in the, 3 in the opening half.
Markova, 5-point lead for the Sharks now. It was a quick start for the Saints. There's Brown. Makes this a 7-point lead, but it was a quick start for the Saints, and then turnover after turnover down the court has given the Sharks the opportunity to regain the lead in this.
Yeah, they've got 11 turnovers here in the opening half.
Crafty score there from Denasia Bogle.
Using the left hand to put it in. Bogle earned 2nd team Mid-Florida Conference honors.
Gardner not able to get it to go. The nice defense from the Saints there. Only 1 foul called so far in this quarter, and referees letting them play. It's been a physical game, but it's been a evenly officiated game, which is what you ask for. Brown working, she gets the screen from Markova. Inside, nice look there, but not able to get it to go is Morrow. Nicholson left wing, kicks back to the corner. That was Bowers who drove and Bowers who traveled.
So the turnovers continue to mount up for this Santa Fe College team. They're 13th of the first half. That's something they are going to have to limit in the second half if they want to advance in this tournament.
Lauren Carmona checking in for the Saints. It was Anijah Payne checking in for the Sharks, so a couple of substitutions on both sides. Brown kicks out, driving all the way and not able to get it to go. There is Amari Young. Kick up to Bowers. Bowers takes, now dishes inside to Nicholson. A great cut from Rosalie Nicholson.
That's 6 for the sophomore, who averages 13.2 a game.
Brown guarded by Nicholson, right in front of our broadcast position. Now cuts over to the middle of the court, gonna take it all the way, and she's whistled, or she draws the whistle. That one called on Nicholson.
That's the first on Nicholson, a transfer from Stetson University. Nicholson was a first-team Mid-Florida Conference selection. And Brown 2 for 3 today in the first half from the free throw line.
Makes it 2 of 4 with that miss, so Miami-Dade shooting 75% from the free throw line now, 50% for the Saints in the early goings of this one. Kicks outside.
But the Sharks shooting 40% from downtown.
Saints not able to get that one to go. That was Nicholson who threw up that three. She gets the basketball once again. She'll drive this time. She gets it to go, and she's got an and one opportunity now.
Well, she's got some nice moves to the basket. So she is a threat from the outside and the inside. That foul was called on Morrow, and that's the second on Nazla Morrow. Media timeout, 4:46 to play in the first half. It's a 2-point game. Miami-Dade on top of Santa Fe College. It's been a long time since either one of these teams have won a state tournament. You have to go all the way back to 1984. That's the last time that Santa Fe won the state tournament. And Miami-Dade, they split them up. There was Miami-Dade Kendall and Miami-Dade North. Miami-Dade Kendall won it in 1983. That's their last state title. They won it 7 times from 1972 to 1983. Miami-Dade North won it 4 times from 1971 to 1977. Florida Southwestern, which is playing next, again, they are a new program. They're looking for their first state title. Gulf Coast, the defending state, the 4-time defending state champions. Winners of 5 of the last 7 will be their opponent. Gulf Coast also the defending national champions. Eastern Florida State also looking for their first state title. So we'll see if someone else can win it. We know that on the men's side we'll have a new champion as Northwest Florida State. The 2-time defending champs, winners of 4 of the last 5, did not make it here to Niceville, but we'll see if we get a repeat winner on the women's side.
And our next game is going to be a very interesting one. Gulf Coast has won so many national championships in recent years, going to take on Florida Southwestern. It was interesting, in that exact time slot yesterday, it was the #1 men's Florida Southwestern team that went down to Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
So we'll see if maybe Florida Southwestern can turn the tables and beat a powerhouse on the women's side.
Here's the key for Florida Southwestern. They have played them twice this year. They led by 19 both times. They lost both times. Can they keep a lead if they get one today?
There's no tougher pill to swallow in sports than the big lead that you give away. As a Falcon fan, I know that all too well.
Well, and you know that State College of Florida has got to be hating themselves after building a 13-point lead with 15 and a half minutes to play, and then Tallahassee rallies back to win it.
Yeah, that 23-point run that Tallahassee went on yesterday was a tremendous, tremendous stretch of basketball. That's Brown that gets it to go.
She's in double figures now with 11.
4-point lead for the Sharks. They've been in control of this one outside of the first 3-4 minutes of this. Banks it in there, Lauren Carmona.
First points of the game for the freshman. Carmona out of Cooper City, went to Archbishop McCarthy High School.
Brown taking all the way. Blocking foul, and we mentioned that 23-point run that Tallahassee went on yesterday. Mentioned the upset that was pulled on Florida Southwestern. We mentioned the Bryce Beamer game yesterday in our opening contest, and if you want to check out all the highlights, see the teams in the locker room slap the bracket on the, or slap the logo on the bracket and all that and more, check out Region 8 Hoops. That's the Roman numeral Region VIII Hoops for all the highlights, all the updates, and all the ways you can follow this tournament.
And not to be overshadowed, Jake, I know we talked about Bryce Williams' performance. It was huge. But how about the play of Waylon Napper? He scored 25 of his 29 in the second half to help Central Florida come back and win that game.
Markova now. Final 3 minutes and change of this first half. Brown taking, she's fouled. Sharks a chance to rebuild that buffer. Just a 2-point lead now.
A foul on Curry, just the first on the Mid-Florida Conference Player of the Year. Brown is a 78.7% free throw shooter as a team. Pretty good shooting free throw team at 74.8%.
Nails the second, so Brown looks good on that opportunity. 4-point lead, tipped away by Brown there. And I think the most impressive thing when you watch Brown is it's not just offensive. She is making every play that she can on the defensive end of the floor, and that is, once again, a disruption from Brown. So
well, and I noted her big game, her 5th triple-double that she had in the state tournament with 31 points, but she also had 13 rebounds and 12 assists.
She's a complete player. Tipped away by Markova there.
Yeah, she averages 8.9 boards per game. 2-time WBCA first-team All-American. She's led the nation and the state in scoring and assist all season. One of the strongest rebounding guards in the country. That total I gave you ranks 8th in Florida.
Markova crossing half court, hands to Brown. Screen rejected by Brown. We'll see what the Sharks do here. Gardner, no good. Brought in by Bowers.
And even though Miami-Dade was the Southern Conference runner-up, they were back-to-back Southern Conference champions in 2018 and 2019.
How about that connection? Nicholson to Curie. Beautiful little short bounce pass and nice look from around the elbow to the low block.
And that puts Curie in double figures with 10.
Gardner kicks to Markova. Now left corner, long on that shot. Brown elbow. Good on that one.
8 of her 15 points here in the second quarter.
Both of these offenses very clearly as Bowers puts up a floater. Nice touch there from Tania Bowers. But both of these offenses work through their star player. It's Brown for the Sharks and it's Curry for the Saints. Different players, but each a huge focus.
That'll be
and
an
a nice
offensive
play
foul
by Curry.
Danella Gardner picks up the personal. She will check out. Larissa Abreu will check in for.
On the Saints side, Chardell Jones will check in as Tania Bowers takes a seat. Nicholson crossing half court. 1:30 remaining in this first half. It's been a tightly contested ball game. An early run from the Saints. No good from the corner there, but an early run from the Saints and a quick response from the Sharks. And now this game has settled into a very back and forth affair. Deep pass. Gathered by Abreu, though, in the
about
corner.
being in the right place at the right time. That looked like it was headed out of bounds.
No good. Curry on the ground. She gathers it, and a timeout.
I love the
Called by
effort, though.
Stebbins.
Always love it when players dive to the floor. Curry, and then Coach Stebbins calls timeout to save that possession. So right now, I mean, it's a pretty. I think these teams are pretty evenly matched with the inside play of Curry, the inside-outside game of Brown for Miami-Dade. Santa Fe is actually shooting better than their season average. And the Sharks have gotten some big threes. Markova stepped out and hit a couple. Young has hit a three. Brown has hit a three. That three ball has helped keep Miami-Dade, has put them into this 2-point lead right now. And Santa Fe, with only 1 3 so far, again, they shoot more, they make more threes than Miami-Dade. They average 7 threes a game, but only 1 so far in the opening half, and that was by Zoe Alexander.
Final 60 seconds upcoming here in this first half. It's been a tight one. Bogle over to Nicholson. Nicholson drives. Kicks to Curry. Curry loses it, but Jones brings it in. Jones defended by Abreu, and they both go to the ground. Curry almost came away with it, but ball goes out of bounds and off of the Sharks, so it'll remain with Santa Fe.
They'll have 13 seconds to shoot.
Inbounds pass goes off of the backboard there, and that's just a mistake that's extremely avoidable if you're the Saints. Leah Brown guarded by Bogle. No double team on that possession down. Abreu, though, backside, she's open. Not able to get it to go. She's a little wide right on that. Now gets it to go there. Does Amari Young.
That's her second 3 of the quarter. Again, she shoots 40%. That's 6th in the state.
Shot clock turned off now, 10 seconds remaining. Saints look like they'll hold. Bogle working, kicks to Nicholson. Nicholson gonna put it up, and Nicholson drains the 3 to close out this first half of action. So a quickly paced, tightly contested first half of action. The Sharks lead Santa Fe. So before we take our halftime break, Mike, that felt like a very quick first half, but what are your impressions on a fast-paced, tightly contested first half?
Yeah, again, I feel like both these teams are pretty evenly matched. I mentioned the rebounds for both teams coming in. Santa Fe College is second in the country in rebounds at 51 a game, but Miami-Dade is right behind them at 49.4. Miami-Dade was fortunate to get some of those longer rebounds, but again, it was the 3 ball by Miami-Dade in that first half. Markova hit 2 threes. Young hit 2 threes. Brown had a 3. Big reason why they have a 2-point lead. That's obviously a big 3 by Nicholson there at the end of the first half. She finishes with 9 points, but 7 of those points came in that second quarter.
Absolutely. So a tremendous first half of action, and we won't slow down at all. We had a great day 1. We're poised for a great day 2, and the road to Lubbock is being paved today. We'll be back for the second half of action here in game 1 shortly. I'm Jake Mitchell. He's Mike Rideout. This is Emerald Coast TV. All right, we welcome you back in game number one today, half number 2. Santa Fe and Miami-Dade squaring off. The Sharks with a 2-point lead. It was a back and forth opening half, and I'm Jake Mitchell. He's Mike Rideout for Emerald Coast TV. And Mike, what are your biggest impressions from that first half of basketball?
Well, I think for Santa Fe College, they need to take care of the basketball. They had 14 turnovers in the first half, and Miami-Dade outscored the Saints 12-6 in points off of turnovers. And then when you turn the ball over, you limit your opportunities too on the offensive end. For Santa Fe, they took 6 less shots in the first half, even though they made 1 more shot than Miami-Dade. Rebounds are pretty even, 24-22, Santa Fe College. But the key for Miami-Dade that they've got to have in the second half are those second chance points. They outscored the Saints 16-6, and that overcame being outscored 8-0 by the Santa Fe College bench.
Set for this second half of action, Chardell Jones will inbound it for the Saints.
But a pretty even first half overall. I think these teams are pretty evenly matched.
Great way to start the road to Lubbock here in Niceville, Florida. 3 more games after this one. Curry not able to get it to go. Markova gathers the rebound. Now Brown pushing it up the floor. She might take it all the way. She kicks, though, last second, and
that's
there's the 2 from
yeah.
Anijah Payne.
A deep 2, her 4th point.
Yaire Rodriguez with the basketball. We haven't called her name too much tonight.
Yeah, she got in foul trouble in that, I believe the first quarter, picked up 2 quick fouls. Her and Jones have 2 apiece. Morrow and Payne have 2 apiece for Miami-Dade.
Markova crossing half court. Pulls up from the left wing, just rims out. After making a couple early in this one, Markova has been off from deep, but Brown there, the mid-range jumper.
Brown with her 18th point. She's averaging 26.3 a game. She leads all scores. Santa Fe did have 2 players in double figures in the first half. Rosalie Nicholson hit that big 3 at the end of the first half to finish with 11, 9 in the quarter as Brown gets a steal here, and Curry had 10.
Brown gonna take it all the way. She's fouled. Whistle on Alicia Curie. Brown gonna shoot 2 foul shots. 5 of 7 are the Sharks so far, so shooting well from behind the line. 4 of 9 for the Saints, so like to see that percentage rise a bit if you're Shonda Stebbins and the Santa Fe program, but the Sharks are hitting their foul shots. Nails the second. Brown reliable from the foul line so far in this one.
Brown 7 of 9 from the free throw line.
Inside Curry, a nice look there from Nicholson. Curry, though, has to kick back out to Nicholson, who's going to drive. She's blocked by Markova. Regathered by the Saints, though. Curry back out to Nicholson from the corner. Not able to go. Rebounded by Nasla Morrow. Inside, tipped away. Rodriguez keeps the Sharks from an easy layup opportunity there. Bogle checking in for the Saints. Brown, the jumper from the short corner on the right side, extends this now to a 10-point margin.
Yeah, she has scored 7 points here in the third quarter, already up to 23. She averages 26.3 a game.
Rodriguez back over to Nicholson. Nicholson splitting the defense now. Back out to Jones. Rodriguez from the corner. Yaire Rodriguez nails it.
That's her first points of the game.
Markova lost it. Curry going to the floor.
Second foul on Curry, so 4 different Santa Fe players have 2 fouls.
Brown not able to get that one to go, but she is whistled for the foul, so Brown is going to go back to the line, and 7 of 9 from the line are the Sharks, so the reliable free throw shooting has been a big boon to their efforts today.
Yeah, Brown has hit 4 in a row. She
Make
has
that 5.
such a quick release.
That one goes in. The first one, I think, that even touched the rim from the foul line.
Yeah, that's 9 of 11 from the free throw line for Leah Brown.
Jones pulls up from mid-range, too strong, gathered by Curry. And the whistle, so Curry will go to the line. And, you know, I mentioned the Sharks and how the Sharks are shooting from the foul line, but really it's how Brown is shooting from the foul line. She's been the only Shark, I believe, that's gotten to the line here early on.
Yeah, she's the only one in the game, entirely in the game, that has shot free throws today for Miami-Dade. You'd like to see Curry get to the line a little bit more. That's just her 3rd free throw attempt. The Mid-Florida Conference Player of the Year with 10 points, but looking for her first points of the 3rd quarter.
40% for the Saints, but that make will help that percentage a little bit. Pass inside, a risky one, but gathered by Young. Now Brown's got it. Brown loses it, gathered by the Sharks, not able to get it to go though. Now Brown regains possession, 15 on the shot clock. Under 7 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Brown kicks inside, can't get it to go, but the whistle, so it'll be Morrow who goes to the foul line. The first Shark not named Leah Brown that'll shoot a foul shot today.
That's also the 3rd foul on Rodriguez.
If she makes both, she can put this lead back at double digits. Good on the first.
Well, Coach Stebbins mentioned that if they could keep putting pressure on teams, they could continue to crash the glass, that they should be able to compete with anyone. But Brown has really stepped things up. She's been tough to guard. And then the threes, Markova and Young hitting some big threes in the first half.
Bowers checked in for the Saints, by the way. Jones with the basketball, gives to Curry around the elbow. Now pushing inside. Bowers follows up, but Bowers short on that little floater. Now Bowers gives over to Jones. Markova bites on the pump fake, and a nice jumper from Chardell Jones. Markova kicks over to the middle of the floor now. Right side, it's Young. Young drains the 3.
Boy, just a big answer after Santa Fe had hit one of their own. Saints have hit a couple of threes, but so have Miami-Dade here in the second half, or 3rd quarter.
Jones kicks outside. Jumper good for the Saints. That was Bowers.
Tenaya now with 4 points. Averages almost 6 a game.
Markova over to Brown, and we'll see what Leah Brown and the Sharks do to counter that basket from the Saints. 8-point lead. Brown taking. Met by a combination of Chardell Jones and Alicia Curie. Ball will remain with the Sharks, but just 7 on the shot clock. Young from the corner, not able to get it to go, and Jones gathers the rebound. Nicholson loses it. There is Anijah Payne on the defense. A nice effort play from Payne.
Yeah, it pays off. Alternating possession points the other way. It will be Miami-Dade basketball, but a timeout on the floor with 5:13 to play in the 3rd quarter.
So our first stoppage here in this second half. We're underway. Game 1 of 4 this afternoon and evening. The road to Lubbock underway now. Sharks with an 8-point lead, and they've stretched it out here in the second half. Mike, what do you see as the keys to what Miami-Dade has done so far? Because this was a very even game through the first half, and the Sharks have now, in the first 5 minutes of the second half, they've stretched their lead.
You want a number or a name? 12, and her name is Brown.
There
She's
you go.
got 9 points. In fact, she has 9. Santa Fe College has 9 in this third quarter. They've got to find a way. You know, they started the double team early in the first quarter. I think maybe they should go back to that and see if someone else can beat you, because Brown, with 25 points to lead all scorers, she's tough. Big reason why she's been the, Conference Player of the Year the last 2 years in the Southern Conference.
And
she's taken 10 shots. She's made 7 of them. She's also 9 of 11 from the free throw line. 24 points, 9 rebounds, so she's approaching a double-double. She also has 5 assists.
And Markova, 2 of 5 from behind the line. Young, 3 of 9 from behind the three-point line. So 35% from the three overall for the Sharks. And when they double Brown, it's been Markova and Young that have got open and beaten Santa Fe from deep here in the early going.
35% for a team that shoots 16.9% from 3.
Yeah, this is a performance that makes things easy. If you're getting to the postseason shooting 16% from 3 and then you put up a 35% performance, the problem is they've continued to turn the basketball over. That's how they lost their lead in the first half, and it could be their undoing here in the second half if they continue to turn it over. Not an empty possession for the Saints. They regain the basketball inside to Jones, working on Markova. Gets it, not able to get it to go, but she'll shoot too.
And again, I think that's the key for Santa Fe College, trying to get the ball inside. If you can't score, get to the foul line. Of course, you got to hit your free throws too. Santa Fe College, 5 of 11.
Another stoppage here. Timeout, and we'll take a quick break here in the action. You see the Miami-Dade sideline there. It's Susan Summons, the head coach, giving out her instructions, and an 8-point lead.
6-time Hall of Fame honors for Coach Summons in Tennessee for women's professional basketball pioneer. She had a 93% graduation and placement rates of her players to Division I. Again, over 600 career wins, 34 years at the helm. Her 25th trip to the state tournament, 38 years in JUCO basketball. They were back-to-back Southern Conference champions in 2018 and 2019. 19-win season this year. In fact, I talked to Coach Stebbins before the game, and Coach Stebbins said, yes, I'm the apprentice.
8-point lead for the Sharks, and Chardell Jones will go to the line and try to eat into that margin. 4:39 in this third period. Just 5 of 11 from the line now. 6 of 12, so an even 50% for the Saints. Long on that one, though, bringing them back under 50% from the line. It's Gardner who gathers the rebound.
And now you see Bogle all over Brown, and then the double team. But she's so quick, tough to guard. So a foul against the Saints. Second foul on Bogle.
And the game plan for the Sharks, as you saw in that possession, seems to be just get the ball in the hands of Brown, and good things are gonna happen. She was doubled, and it was a tough situation, but the Sharks fought to get her the basketball, and at the end of the day, puts them on the line, and another 2 points there.
And 8 free throws in a row for Brown, who shoots 78.7% from the free throw line.
If you foul Brown, she'll draw the foul, or if you let her have the ball and you double her, she'll likely draw a foul. If you double her and she gets rid of it, she's finding an open shooter, so it's kind of a pick your poison situation for this Saints defense.
You just have to figure out a way to guard her without fouling. That might go without saying. It's so tough because she is tough to beat. She'll beat you one-on-one.
Bowers will inbound for the Saints. Finds Jones now. Jones kicks outside. That's Bogle. Back over to Jones now in the corner. Crossing the 4-minute mark in this third quarter. A long three. That is Rosalie Nicholson.
That's her second three. Remember, she hit one at the end of the first half. 14 points for Nicholson, who averages 13.2 a game.
Brown will inbound. She finds Young. Pressure from the Saints now. Markova. Guarded by Nicholson. Now inside Brown on the low post, doubled by Bogle and Curry. And what does she do? She splits the defense. She gets the basket to go, and she draws the foul to go with it.
I don't know how she split the defense there. They had her pinned, but somehow Brown was able to get through for the three-point play.
Brown just doing whatever she wants, seemingly, in this game, and it's why the Sharks now have a 9-point lead. Brown is really taking control. Driving's Bogle.
14
met
of her,
by Markova.
14 of her 30 here in the third quarter.
Tied up.
I mean, Brown's on her way to a 40-point game.
Possession arrow in the direction of the Saints after the tie up there. Bowers will inbound. We have Brown on pace for a huge game today.
We still have 3 minutes plus to play in the third quarter.
Jones over to Bowers. Back to Jones. She's going to pull up. She's just shy. Rims out, and it's brought in by Markova. How about the deep pass from Brown all the way down court? Not able to finish on it, but she'll draw the foul. So Leah Brown not only making plays defensively, not only scoring the basketball and finding open teammates in the half court, but she does her best Patrick Mahomes impression right there.
That started with the rebound by Markova. She averages 6 rebounds a game. She's 38th nationally in rebounds. And that last foul was called on Jones. That's her third. So Jones with 3, Rodriguez with 3, Bogle with 3. The foul's starting to mount up a little bit now for Santa Fe College. So Coach Stebbins wants to talk things over as they're in jeopardy of falling behind by double digits.
You saw a look there at the Santa Fe sideline. A 9-point lead for the Sharks there, though. There they are, and getting their instruction from Susan Summons, Emerald Coast TV. I'm Jake Mitchell. He's Mike Rideout. We welcome you in game 1 of 4 that we have this afternoon. And we had a tremendous 4-game slate yesterday from the men. Tomorrow we will have both men's semifinals, which are notably absent, will be the #1 team in the country. And that's going to be an interesting situation. So not only on the men's side have the defending champions not made it, but now the #1 team in the country has been eliminated. We've got some highly ranked women's teams today, so this is a chance for more March Madness to take place this afternoon.
Yeah, and back to the men's side, I think College Central Florida had that scare. So I like for them to bounce back. I like them to get to the championship game. Again, they're ranked 18th nationally. This is the last year of basketball at Central Florida, so you know they want to take advantage of that. Florida Southwestern is still in pretty good shape. They're going to get a bye. We could have as many as 3 teams on the men's side make the tournament. No more than 3 from the region can make it, but we could have 2 at-large teams. I think Florida Southwestern would be one of them. I think if Tallahassee doesn't make it, I think they could get an at-large bid as well. But Tallahassee, again, they rallied from a 13-point deficit. That might be enough to carry them to the championship game.
Not able to go there. Nicholson now pushing the ball up the court. Takes all the way, meets Markova. Basket doesn't go, but 2 more chances to take foul shots for the Saints.
You know, I've mentioned this a couple of times. I still feel like that's the thing for Santa Fe. They need to attack the glass. That's the 3rd foul on Markova. See if they can get Miami-Dade in foul trouble.
Nicholson good on the first.
Nicholson's already proven that she can score from the outside, so that was big for her to go in there and draw the foul from Markova.
Good on the second is Nicholson.
That's 16 for the sophomore, who averages 13.2 a game.
Larissa Abreu checks in for the Sharks. She takes the spot of Anijah Payne. Markova into Brown. Brown doubled, finds a wide open Young down court. Now a numbers advantage. Abreu just lays it in easily.
First points of the game for the freshman. Abreu, number 11 in the state in rebounding at 8.8.
Short from the corner is Nicholson, but tries to save it and knocks appear to be Young onto the floor. So ball gonna stay though. I think it went off of Young, so ball will stay with the Saints. Nicholson can't get the mid-range to go. Alicia Curie puts it back, can't convert on the basket, but she'll get a chance to shoot foul shots.
And she's been quiet here in this 3rd quarter. Mid-Florida Conference Player of the Year has yet to hit a shot. The foul was called on Morrow. That's her 3rd. So Markova with 3, Morrow with 3.
Danella Gardner checking in for the Sharks, and I think the notable matchup right now is the fact that the Sharks have a distinct height advantage. Markova, Gardner, and Abreu. Those are the 3 tallest players on the floor, and all 3 of them are Miami-Dade Sharks.
That's 13 for Curry, who has 11 double-doubles this year.
Young over to Gardner. Now Brown with it. And even with the size, the Sharks break the press efficiently there. But then it's stolen away by Bowers. Tania Bowers goes all the way, draws the foul.
She anticipated the pass, came up with a big steal, and draws the foul from Brown, who picks up her 3rd foul.
3rd foul with just under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. That's an interesting situation. She's got 2 to go. So we'll keep an eye on that storyline. It's only a 7-point game. So the Sharks cannot afford to lose their number 1 player right now.
I can't impress how big of a free throw that was. Bauer shoots just 23.8% from the free throw line.
She makes both of them. That was an ill-advised inbound pass from Abreu, and it tipped away by Jones.
They've got to figure out a way to seal that door on the double team, because Brown continues to split defenders.
Kind of banged up on that play, and that's
and if
nervous
they can,
moments
and
for
if
the
they
Sharks.
can do it, it's going to be a charge. But she gets a little bit of a window and is able to sneak through.
A 3-point game now. Brown makes it a 4-point game, and the way she's shooting foul shots, it should be a 5-point contest by the time the Saints get the ball back.
Finally missed one.
There is the announcer jinx or just due for a miss. Either way, 4-point lead. Long on the free throw, gathered by Brown. Brown on the fast break, stolen away by Bowers. A nice play by Bowers to just pick her pocket from behind. Bowers outside, Nicholson working. Jones top of the key. Jones drives inside, kicks to Bowers. Bowers drains the 3, and it's a 1-point ball game.
Great ball move at that time by the Saints. Bowers has helped give them a lift off the bench because of her quickness.
most of this quarter dominated by the Sharks, but here late, it's the Saints. Now a miss from Young. Chance to take the lead to close out this quarter and enter the final 10 minutes with all the momentum in this one. Bowers from three, she's short. Tied up, so a jump ball, and it's gonna be Miami-Dade basketball, the possession arrow pointing in their direction, and so the next tie up, it'll belong to Santa Fe.
Give the Saints credit, though, for coming back from a double-digit deficit. A lot of basketball still to be played. This one far from over.
Markova up to Payne. Payne kicks over to Young. Young from the corner.
Great spacing on the floor by Miami-Dade led to a wide open look for Young. That's her 4th three of the game. She's got 12.
Bowers. Pringle at the free throw line. Now it's from the corner. Dish into Curry. Picked up. And it's Brown who now has the basketball. 7 seconds remaining. We'll see if the Sharks can make something happen. Three. Young, it's blocked. And a great defensive play to wrap up the quarter by Zoe Alexander. The Sharks just a 4-point lead. A three there would have been huge. That would have made it a 7-point game entering the 4th quarter. So that Zoe Alexander play, I don't think you can overstress how important that was.
Yeah, freshman out of Dr. Phillips High School in Orlando. Huge block to keep this at 4 points.
So final 10 minutes upcoming this first game today. We've got 3 more set for you here on Emerald Coast TV. A reminder, you can find us at emeraldcoasttv.com, as well as searching Emerald Coast TV on the YouTube page, searching Emerald Coast TV on Facebook, and you can find us on the Roku app as well as the Amazon Fire TV app. And we also want to remind you that for all the highlights, for everything regarding this tournament, Region 8 Hoops, it's at Region VIII Hoops. That's the Roman numeral 8 there in the Twitter handle, but highlights there and locker room video of the winning teams. All that and more, updates on your brackets, updates on when games will take place, so on and so forth. Really the key here in this one, as we update you on the numbers, has to be 7 of 20, the 35% that the Miami-Dade Sharks are shooting from the three-point line. And in a 4-point game, their overperformance from behind the arc is making the difference.
They've only hit 1 more three than Santa Fe. But yeah, in a 4-point game, and you consider the fact that it's a team that averages 6.3 threes per game, and they're already over that. You know, it's been big for them today. A team that really struggles from behind the arc at 16.9%, 35% is huge.
Yeah, nearly doubling up their usual percentage, or even more than doubling it up. Takes inside, hacked away by the Sharks, though.
Highest scoring quarter for either team. Miami-Dade outscored Santa Fe 26-24 in the 3rd quarter.
Curry tries to dish inside. It's batted away. Nicholson with it now. Bowers takes. Bowers can't get it to go. Markova gathers that board. Brown pushing. Oh, wide open. Not able to get it to go, though. It was a wide open opportunity for Nazla Morrow. She gets the putback.
And that will put her in double figures with 10.
Carmona, just long. Curry and Brown fighting for the board. That is the matchup, the marquee matchup in this one. Alicia Curie and Leah Brown. Possession arrow, though, favors the Sharks. So it'll be their basketball on the tie-up, and that quick turnaround of the possession arrow. So now in our next tie-up, it'll go to the Saints. Brown
with 30 points to lead Miami-Dade today.
Stolen away by Nicholson, a great defensive play, and she's got nothing around her as she lays it in, makes this a 4-point basketball game, and just a great open floor steal.
And she is your leader for Santa Fe College. She's got 20 points.
Up to Markova. Markova, the bounce pass inside. It's blocked away by Rothrock. Young from the left wing. Just to the left was that, and Nicholson pulls in the board. Taking all the way is Nicholson, and she lays it in.
Boy, a pretty sidestep right there because she goes straight at Brown. She may have been called for the foul.
Markova taking it all the way herself, but she loses it. Ball gonna go back to the Saints, and trailing by just 2. This is a chance for Santa Fe to bring this one back level.
Turnovers are pretty even. 18 now for Miami-Dade, 19 for Santa Fe College. So the Saints, here they are with a chance to tie, or they can take the lead on a long-range shot.
Carmona short once again. Brown with the rebound. It's 3 on 4. Short on that jumper was Curry, or excuse me, that was Anija Payne. Now Bogle bringing it up, and the Saints another opportunity to square this one back up. It's been a game of runs. Nicholson short there. Tipped out of bounds. Ball will stay with the Saints.
Thought it was knocked out for the backside by Rothrock, but official was right there. Said it belongs to Santa Fe.
Checking in is a Brew, along with Markova.
And Curry back on the floor for the Saints. The Mid-Florida Conference Player of the Year has not had a field goal since the second quarter.
Bowers over top, gathered by Nicholson. That was a risky pass. Now Bowers in the corner. Long.
There she is.
Puts it back up. Oh my, that is a huge play. Brings it back level, and Alicia Curie, if she completes the and one, will give Santa Fe the lead once again.
15 points now for Curry. It's also the third foul on Anija Payne.
7:44 remaining. 1-point ball game now, and
Curry has hit 4 free throws in a row.
Our streak of great basketball here.
Yes.
Live from Raider Arena beginning. This is going to be a fun final 8 minutes.
Our first game yesterday went to overtime. Our first game here today, a 1-point game with under 8 to play.
Gardner can't get it to go. Abreu handles the rebound, but a strong shot not able to go in. Bowers pushing up the floor on Markova. Pumps, but Markova on the defense. Ball out of bounds. It'll go back to the Sharks.
Yeah, tough going up against Markova. She's 10th in the country in block shots. You have to figure out a way to go right at her. Good play there by the freshman.
Markova inbounds to Gardner. Hands up to Brown. Brown met by 2 Saints, but just able to kiss it off the glass. So even when she's doubled, Leah Brown is consistently getting it done.
That's only 32 for the 2-time Southern Conference Player of the Year.
She's making it look easy this afternoon, but still a tight ball game. Sharks with the lead. Foul. Whistle appeared to be on Alicia Curie. Well, indeed, that is Alicia Curie.
Double-double today for Brown. That's the third foul on Curry.
Tegan Rothrock will take a seat along with Tanaya Bowers, Chardell Jones, Rosalie Nicholson, Alicia Curie, Zoe Alexander, and Denasia Bogle, the 5 for Santa Fe. You've got Markova. Brown, there's a wide open opportunity off the steal and just lays it into Zoe Alexander. Now a 1-point lead for the Saints. An ill-advised pass there. Saints with a chance. That's Nicholson, and she lays it in.
Nicholson on the assist from Bogle, and it's that hard work that pays off for Santa Fe College. Again, we talked about this at the start of the broadcast. you know, most people compliment Santa Fe College on just how hard that they play. And Coach Stebbins said that their practices are always super competitive. They have great chemistry together, really care more about winning than they do individual accolades. And they come up with some big defensive plays, turn it into offense, and a 3-point lead.
And the emotion on the Santa Fe sideline as they took that lead was huge. And really the surge there for Santa Fe, they took advantage. And, you know, all credit to the Saints, but you had a couple of ill-advised inbound passes, one from Abreu, one from Markova. And right now, if you're the Sharks, I think you're looking at this and you're saying, we've maybe created a few of our own problems this afternoon.
Good time to regroup, though, and talk about that. They've got to limit those mistakes here in the final 6:45. But as long as you got number 12 on the floor, Brown, you got a chance. 32 points today for Brown.
You only really got a 7-woman rotation for the Sharks versus a deeper Santa Fe bench. So
yeah,
that is an aspect in this one, too. You can certainly see more energy on the Saints side of the basketball.
Yeah, excuse me, Jake, that's what I was going to add, too. I think that you may have a little bit more fresher team in Santa Fe College because of their depth.
Good look from Abreu to kick it out of a dangerous spot. Now Abreu grabs the rebound. Abreu puts it back. So Larissa Abreu putting her mark on this one late.
Able to use that 6'5" frame to get the board.
Bogle nails the corner three.
Big answer.
Almost stolen away by the Saints, but there's Gardner now looking. Kicks cross court, but overshot it, and it's stolen by Nicholson, so the turnovers continue in this one. How about Zoe Alexander laying it in to give the Saints now a 5-point lead?
Unselfish play because Nicholson could have laid it in. That's going to be a travel. Could have been almost a charge.
That was a smart play by Alicia Curie there. She set up in front of Anijah Payne, and Payne had her head turned so she couldn't see Curry, and as soon as she turns around to try to grab that pass, just runs right into it.
Yeah. Saints have really picked it up in this fourth quarter.
Alicia Curie not having the biggest day, but man, she is making some big, big plays and big moments. And that's all you can ask from your star, is to just come through in the crunch time moments. That's what the Sharks want from Brown here, is they look to make up for this 3-point margin. Markova nails another deep three, so the impressive 3-point performance, especially considering that 16% mark season long for the Sharks.
That's her third three of the game. She averages 1.2 a game. She averages 5.9 points a game, and she's got 9. So yeah, she's come up big from an offensive standpoint.
Alice Markova. Hey, there's the steal from the Sharks. Brown kicks over to Young. But how about Zoe Alexander coming from behind, just chasing it down and preventing the easy fast break opportunity for the Sharks. Corner Curry, now Jones top of the key. Jones drives, gives over to Curry. Curry loses it though, and ball will return to Miami-Dade with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. We're now under 5 minutes, so we've officially entered crunch time in our first game this afternoon.
And even though there's been 45 combined turnovers, it's been a very entertaining game. At times it's been sloppy, but overall, the value, entertainment value, very good.
Effort certainly there on both sides, and you have two teams playing hard. Even with a slightly sloppy offensive performance, you still get a fun basketball game to watch, and I think the officials continue to do a good job as well.
Zoe Alexander will pick up her third foul.
Brown no good on that one, and she is frustrated with that miss. She knows how important every opportunity is.
She hasn't missed that many today from the foul line.
Nails the second. So splits, makes it 15 to 21, still a solid clip from the free throw line for Miami-Dade in this one. Carmona takes, met by Markova, gets it to go, does Alicia Curie.
Another and one opportunity for the Mid-Florida Conference Player of the Year. And that also is going to be the fourth foul on Brown.
Ooh, that is going to be a very interesting aspect of this game to watch here in this final 4.5 minutes.
You kind of feel like she's got to stay on the floor with 4 fouls. That's the second time today that Curie has converted an and one.
Especially trailing by 4. If you're Miami-Dade, you can't afford to lose Brown. Either now being safe or her getting eliminated with one last foul. Markova pulls up. She's defended strongly, though. The whistle there on Nicholson.
Yeah, Nicholson didn't like the call, but she must have just caught her on the hand, so it's going to be 3 free throws for Markova.
Yeah, that ball was well off target, so you know there was some contact made, but Nicholson felt it was all ball.
Markova shoots 64.7% from the line. That was her first free throw attempt of the game.
And certainly credit to the Saints as well. They started off with a tough time from the line. They've now made it 14 of 21, so still like to see that number rise a bit, but better performance here in the second half from the free throw line. There's Nicholson taking. Nicholson can't get the reverse layup to go. Curie gathers the rebound. She pulls out of the clutter, but then loses it. Gets to the ground. Timeout from Shonda Stebbins. So Santa Fe gonna keep possession there. And it was a nice thought. Curie was surrounded by, I believe, 4 Sharks, so she wanted to pull out of there, but lost the ball in the process. And we've now got under 4 minutes to go in a 2-point basketball game. This is another close one, another fantastic contest. This is opening our day that will feature 4 basketball games. We'll have Gulf Coast and Florida Southwestern coming up next. We'll have the Raiders of Northwest Florida in our 3rd game at 6 p.m. And we'll round out the night with another great women's matchup. That one will be between Palm Beach State and Central Florida.
And another good day of basketball. A great start to the day on the women's side. 2-point game with just under 4 to play.
Bowers will inbound. Every possession critical in the late goings. Chardell Jones kicks over to Nicholson. Bowers pulls up from the corner. Bowers just shy.
She's been big off the bench today with 9 points. That's above her average.
Here's to Leah Brown now. Off the screen from Morrow. Stolen by Bowers. And a 3-on-1 advantage. Curie gives over to Bogle. That was a great unselfish play by Curie.
Absolutely. She could have taken the shot. Instead, it's Bogle for her 8th point.
4-point deficit now for the Sharks. Kicks over to Young. Now Markova on the right wing. Markova gonna pull up. Got Nicholson to bite on the fake, but the shot doesn't go. It's gathered by Payne, and Payne gets it to rattle in.
Our first points of the 4th quarter, 6 points for Payne. They benefit with another long rebound. Favorable bounce for the Sharks.
Bogle on Payne, gives to Bowers. Back to Bogle. Winner of this one will reach the semifinal. Short is the Curie shot. Semifinal game on Friday afternoon, Friday evening. Payne off the pump fake and got Bowers to bite and then just put it in easily for 2. This game now level. 2:24. Bogle driving. Bogle can't get it to go in. Markova brings in the rebound, but Bowers tied her up and gets the jump ball. Possession arrow.
She saved
says
it.
that the Saints will keep possession.
Well, I mentioned that these 2 teams seem pretty evenly matched. We could be headed to overtime, Jake.
Yaire Rodriguez inbounds. Chardell Jones will, good chance to open day 2 with another overtime contest. Yesterday's opening game was an overtime thriller. still even. Now just, there is Shardell Jones with a nice basket.
She's playing with 4 fouls. That's her 8th point.
Only 6 fouls between both teams in this 4th period, so.
Well, Alexander just picked up the foul, and that's going to be her 4th. So there are 3 Saints players, or 2 Saints players with 4 fouls apiece. Several players have 3 fouls.
And the woman with the basketball now, Leah Brown, she's got 4 as well. Kicks inside, it's Asla Morrow who's fouled. She'll draw the whistle.
And Nicholson going to pick up her 4th foul.
This final minute 43. This tight ball game brings it back within 1, and every foul here now is becoming huge as so many players getting close to that 5 limit. Can't get the second to go, still a 1-point deficit, and the ball stolen away by Nicholson there. And when the headband goes awry, you know there was some kind of contact made. Completely lost the headband, so you can assume you got something there.
Lost the headband, and Jones lost her shoe. Able to put it back on.
Jones will inbound now. Jones, Nicholson top of the key. Nicholson just wide right, but it's gathered by Alexander. Saints lead by 1. Curry kicks out to Rodriguez, now Jones with it. Jones regathers and ties up with, looked like it was Anijah Payne that got in there and tied up the basketball.
Sharks create a big turnover here with 1:15 to play, down 1.
Possession arrow now pointing towards the Saints. Could be pivotal. We've had several tie-ups. The steal there from Yaire Rodriguez. Finds Nicholson in the corner, but lost by Curry on the pass, and Markova with it as the Sharks take advantage of another Saints turnover. It's been a ton of turnovers for both teams in this one, but now under a minute remaining. Brown with the basketball. Under just 15 on the shot clock now. Brown spins, Brown takes it short, she gets her own rebound. Shardell Jones tied up with her.
I think Jones got called for the foul. If so, that's number 5 on her. Yeah, Jones is going to foul out with 8 points with 45 seconds left.
Strong effort today from Jones, but she does indeed foul out, so she'll take a seat in this one. It's going to be Lauren Carmona takes her spot. 45.6 remaining. You see the corners of your screen, Gulf Coast in the tunnel. When we go back to the other side of the basket, you'll notice the purple uniforms in the tunnel of Florida Southwestern. That's game 2 coming your way shortly, but still loose ends to tie up here. Brown hits that shot. 1-point lead for the Sharks in these closing moments. It's Nicholson with the basketball. She's guarded by Anijah Payne, gives over to Carmona. Carmona working. Carmona thought about pulling up, decides not to, loses the basketball. It's Brown who's got a wide open floor, but coming from behind is Zoe Alexander. She can't get the block though. That's Leah Brown puts in the basket.
Yeah, 37 points for Brown. And you asked me earlier what was going to be the key for Miami-Dade down the stretch. Well, Brown just hit 2 free throws. After the turnover, she gets a big layup. So down 3 with 28 seconds. Coach Stebbins, you don't have to take a 3 here, but you do need to take a quick 2. And you probably need to foul somebody other than Brown. They're going to look to get the ball in Brown's hands after either a make or a rebound. But, you know, Nicholson has hit a couple of threes today. If you get the open look, You can take it.
Ball will be inbounded from right here in front of our broadcast position. It'll be Bogle with the inbounding duties. Gives to Yaire Rodriguez, under 30 seconds now. They trail by 3 to the Saints. Nicholson kicks inside to Curry. Curry gets it up, can't get it to go. All now in possession of the Sharks. And Brown is fouled there, so she'll go to the line with a chance to put this one at a 5-point margin and try to ice it for the Sharks.
A chance to make it a 2-possession game. Not over yet, but certainly if Brown makes both free throws, it will be tough.
Connects on the first.
That's 38 now for the 2-time Southern Conference Player of the Year.
Second one goes to a 5-point game. Yaire Rodriguez just overthrows it. Bogle not able to bring it in, and that is a costly, costly turnover. If you are the Saints, a stoppage for Miami-Dade as they're gonna talk it over. Head coach Susan Summons wants to instill her game plan for this final 10 seconds. How are the Sharks gonna try to put this one away? There's a look at Raider head coach Bart Walker. They'll play at 6 p.m. this afternoon. A huge matchup for them. They'll be get the home crowd here at Raider Arena. Didn't have a home game yesterday as the Raiders missed the tournament for the men's side, but the women are captaining this Raider ship, and that's going to be a fantastic, fantastic environment here at Raider Arena tonight at 6 p.m. But we have got one to finish up here. We've also got another great contest between Florida Southwestern and Gulf Coast coming up next.
Too many turnovers today for Santa Fe College. That last one puts the nail in the coffin.
Leah Brown with the basketball. She's fouled, so she'll go back to the line.
And give her credit, you know, we had, 4 minutes to play when she picked up her 4th foul? A little over 4 minutes. Now she's got a chance to reach 40 points today.
And the Sharks around her have stepped up as well, because your star gets to 4, and you know that the other 4 on the court are going to have to pick things up defensively. They've done a good job. Anijah Payne has been involved in a few key moments late. Alice Markova has hit a few huge threes. It's been a team effort that has been led by an individual performance, I think, is the best way to sum up what the Sharks have done this afternoon. Now a 7-point lead, and looks like they're going to bring this one home. Rodriguez will throw up a floater, a nice floater, but too little too late. Time will expire, so Miami-Dade weathers the storm. This was an up-and-down game, a back-and-forth contest, but it's Susan Summons and the Sharks of Miami-Dade, led by a great performance from Leah Brown, that gives us our first winner this afternoon. They'll play on Friday in the first semifinal. They'll play the winner of our second contest, but before we take a break and get ready for that second contest, I'm Jake Mitchell. He's Mike Rideout. Will wrap up this game 1, your biggest takeaways, and I'll go ahead and predict what you're going to say. It's Leah Brown.
Yeah,
completely went off.
Yeah, over 40 points today, so how can you not recognize her in the day that she had? But, you know, they had players like Markova who stepped out and hit 3 threes in the game. That was big for them. But, yeah, Brown, a big difference maker today. Miami-Dade led pretty much from start to finish. They led by 3 at the end of the first quarter, led by 2 at the half. They led by 4 at the end of 3. So give Santa Fe College credit. They did come, you know, make a run late and got back in the game after being down double digits, but too much of Leah Brown today.
Absolutely. So as we mentioned, game 2 coming up. You can see the Buccaneers of Florida Southwestern running right in front of us, and the Commodores of Gulf Coast getting ready for this one as well. It's going to be a fantastic game 2, and the winner of this one is going to go on to play the winner of the game that we just wrapped up, the Miami-Dade Sharks. So a great performance for Leah Brown, and we'll be back shortly for the Commodores and the Buccaneers here live from Raider Arena in Niceville, Florida on Emerald Coast TV.